Hello, everybody, and welcome
Yeah.
to another Tarot Thursday live stream where we dive into the art of tarot through a short kind of 1 hour live stream. And from an expert to Psychic Marin, our resident tarot expert and teacher here, especially with our Tarot Thursday live streams. And for those who are new and joining us for the first time, we will also have time for a lucky few viewers to be able to submit some questions for Psychic Marin to answer through a few card pulls later in the live stream. Today, we are discussing some themes of Mercury retrograde and even how tarot can be impacted by this current Mercury retrograde that is active at the moment. This retrograde has been active since this past Sunday, November 9th, and will last until about Saturday, November 29th. And as a free bonus, we also have a Mercury retrograde quiz that is active at the moment. I will go ahead and put that link in the chat here in just a moment. But if you do complete this quiz, it will also lead to a free gift on us. Yes, whenever you complete this. But without any further ado, I will let Psychic Marin take it away with today's Tarot Thursday lesson and Mercury retrograde themed lesson today and today's Tarot card showcase. So go ahead, Marin.
Yes, welcome everybody, and thank you for that nice intro, Carson. As Carson said, we are now in this period of Mercury retrograde. Usually happens 3 to 4 times a year, and it is about 3 weeks. And so, in this time period, we can expect little glitches, some delays in travel, communication. We're going to get into all of these things as they relate to the tarot. And so, why are we talking about this? Because let's just say that you are wanting to plan a trip, or let's say you have to plan a trip, like me. Flying down to Southern California on Monday with California Psychics, I am going to be traveling during a Mercury retrograde, which means I'm taking some extra precautions during this season of Mercury retrograde with the travel. I want to make sure that all of my plans are organized. I'm not just double checking, I'm triple checking. And I might even do a little bit of magic with my tarot just to make sure that there are no lost baggage issues or problems with travel. So that's just one of the little things that I personally have coming up, but I'm sure you have travel with the holidays because we are going to be in a Mercury retrograde during Thanksgiving period. So let's talk about Mercury retrograde as it pertains to the tarot. I've broken it down into a few categories, mainly what Mercury affects. So let's talk about the planet Mercury for just a second, and then we're going to layer in tarot cards. Mercury is the planet that is aligned with matters concerning communication, which means words. Our ability to translate thoughts into words sometimes creates some glitches. Perhaps numbers are off. We think that our appointment is at 1 o'clock and it was actually at 11 o'clock. So there can be glitches with dates, times, words that are spoken, communication. It's also affecting technology. So, Mercury being this planet that affects all of these things, when we are in a Mercury retrograde, these aspects of our life can go a little haywire. I've always given this analogy of what is a retrograde? What's actually happening astrologically? Well, retrograde is when an analogy is if you've got two trains leaving the train station at the same time and they both take off, but one's going 100 miles an hour and one's just starting 10 miles an hour. And if you were to look behind, it looks like one's going backwards, but they're really traveling at the same direction, just in different speeds. So it looks like a planet's going in a retrograde or backwards motion. That's what's creating the chaos. And it's not just Mercury that goes into retrograde. The planets do go into retrograde, but because Mercury affects communication and aspects of technology, that is why we are affected by this. Mercury is a planet that rotates fast, and that's why we have the retrograde several times a year. So, starting with communication, there are two main cards in the tarot that really isolate this concept of communication. And starting with the magician is card number one. This is the I card. This is the individual. And this person is a manifester. as above, so below. He's channeling this energy from above, pulling it into his magic down below, and he is communicating. He's working with those energies. And so in this process of communication and pulling in this energy, this is the card associated with Mercury. If there would be one card that I could pick in the tarot deck, that would be this card. We're going to branch out into a few others, but this one is that real personification of that Mercury energy. So in a retrograde, we might really expect to see this individual feeling like this during a Mercury retrograde. The other card that I chose out of the tarot, that's the top card for communication, is the Judgment card, the Judgment card. And it's because it slipped right out of my mouth. This card as associated with hearing the call. We have this trumpets in early onset of spiritism and spirit communication. Trumpets were used during table tipping or mediumship work in a way of trying to hear sounds. And if a trumpet was set on a table during a seance or an attempt to communicate, if there were sounds that radiated out of the trumpet, it was believed that these were messengers or these were angels or spirits communicating, and sometimes you'd hear these sounds. So this trumpet, this archangel blowing this trumpet, the spiritual message behind this is pretty deep, because it's a divine message of wake up, come to action, hear the call, what are you doing? So because Mercury has a lot to do with communication, these are some real strong cards that are going to come up that are identifying communication. So if any of these were coming up in a reading, I'm talking about these cards for multiple reasons. We can talk about them in terms of if you are doing a tarot reading for yourself or friends right now during the retrograde, and these cards are coming up, maybe pay extra attention to these, especially if they're in a reverse position, indicating that there is a problem on the horizon with some communication. You definitely want to pay attention to that. So communication cards. Moving on to another communication card, which is the Ace of Swords. This is a sharpness, though. And so sometimes during Mercury in a retrograde, we have these harsh words. There's a lot of bickering. We often, as a reader, we know that during these time periods, we can probably expect to have a little bit more the type of phone calls and readings that are going to be surrounded by misunderstandings, problems with relationships and partnerships where somebody said something and the other person misinterpreted it. These are little glitches, or they could be really substantial arguments and blowups. So you want to pay attention to the sharpness of your tongue during this time period. And this could be an indicator that that sharpness, the swords are communication, the swords are intellect and communication. So we really want to be mindful of our words during this period. Next is the number one card in the tarot representing travel, and that is the Chariot. The Chariot is in motion, and if this card came up during a reading, if I'm asking about my travel ahead, how is my trip or my flight going to go on Monday? And if I just pulled one card pertaining to travel, and I read with this card, just one, how is my trip going to go on Monday? And I pull the card. Is it in an upright or reverse position? If I just swirl it around, I'm asking a yes or no question. Are my travel plans going to go well, or do I need to anticipate some hiccups? How does my card appear when I pull it? Fortunately, it was upright in a reverse position. It would be a warning or perhaps a message that you need to double, triple, quadruple check, because you probably are going to expect or encounter some hiccups along the way. So this is a yes, no way of working with this. Next is timing. Because Mercury, we're dealing with timing and pacing with this retrograde. We've got a pace of movement. We've got a directional change, if you will. We're dealing with timing matters. These are two cards that deal with timing in two very opposite ways. We've got the Eight of Wands, which is a go, 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 fast, 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 hurry up. And we have the Four of Swords, which is resting. These swords are pinning this person down, forcing them into resting. And so, why are these significant? Because a lot of our problems can be eliminated by slowing down. And so, if you take one key point away from this entire lesson, it is the way to remedy Mercury retrograde problems is slowing down. And that extra precaution in all of your actions and decisions are going to prevent, I'd say, 75% of the problems that we experience in Mercury retrogrades because of that extra little attention to our detail in communication, our words, double checking. So, slowing down the pace. If we see this in a reading, it's an indication that things are spiraling, things are getting out of control. We need to slow it down, slow it down. And last, this is the chaos card. This is the card that we all dread seeing when it comes up in a reading because we know that it's time to just sit back. Carson's nodding his head so he can. I don't know if you have a personal relationship with this card. Hopefully not, Carson, but this is an energy that when we see this come up in a reading, we all go, whoa, buckle up. Because that's the best you can do. You have to just go with this. You have to learn from this energy. This is catastrophic energy. This is uncontrollable energy, and that you have to just roll with the punches because if you fight it, it's only going to get worse. So if this came up in a Mercury retrograde reading or in any reading during a Mercury retrograde period, extra attention during this time period because this is what a Mercury retrograde feels like in general. So it's a doozy when you're getting this card during this time period. So it would be an additional warning for you if you were having to navigate this tower energy. So those are the 7 cards associated with Mercury retrograde. And we can use these in workings. We can use them in candle magic. If you followed me before and seen some of our lessons, we put candles. We can place this imagery on a candle if we've got upcoming travel plans and we want to make sure that our trip is going to go off without a hitch. We can put this onto a candle. We can set a candle on top of it and burn. We can wake up in the morning, choose this card out of our tarot deck, set it on our altar or nightstand, and just continue to remind ourselves of positivity and travel throughout this time period. I can actually put this on my screensaver on my phone as I'm traveling to keep reminding myself as I'm en route and traveling to be very mindful, double checking, triple checking. It can be my bookmarker if I want to while I'm reading on the airplane. You get the idea. I'm throwing a lot at you for ideas so we can go fast and we can get to your questions. But these are some fun ways to combat some not so fun energy during this Mercury retrograde.
Thank you, Marin, for that explanation. And that was a great little lesson for us, especially those who are wanting to learn a little bit more about the Mercury retrograde. Some very summarizing questions of yes, the theme of Mercury retrograde is kind of disruptions, especially when it comes to communications, technology, even relationships, especially with those involving the past as well. Some people, yes, saying thank you for the lesson. And a couple of questions that we have. So would you say that the Mercury retrograde can kind of cause feelings of deja vu too, as a quick question, Marin?
They absolutely, yes, they can. And the card associated with that would also be this judgment card because this is bringing you back. This is bringing people back to life. That's literally what this card is. These are people coming up from coffins. So you are being brought back to life. You get a do-over. You get another chance. And so that's what this Mercury retrograde is. The first 2 letters of retrograde, RE. That's kind of your guiding light during a retrograde of the positive things that you can do and ways that you can work with this retrograde energy. Anything where you want to revise, redo, repair, revisit. This is a time period because of that backward appearing momentum. We're supported by going backwards during this time period and repairing things and revising things.
Uh-oh. Did we lose Marin
There
there?
we go.
Oh, okay, cool.
There we go, Mercury. Thank you very much for that fun little tidbit. Just like that. So, any types of revising, reconciliations, this is a period where you get that phone call from the ex-boyfriend from 15 years ago. That is this time period, and when those types of reconciliations can happen and kind of blindside you.
Yes, and that little I guess tech glitch was a perfect example of just kind of the things that happen during Mercury retrograde and could become a little bit more commonplace. So yes, a little bit of a real example right before our very eyes too. But yes, even some people laughing about that too. But amazing. I think we've covered a lot during today's Mercury retrograde, and I do want to stress out again that we do have an active Mercury retrograde quiz at the moment. If you take this quiz, you will also receive a free gift on us to use on CaliforniaPsychics.com. So it is a very short little quiz that y'all can fill out real quick, and we like to keep it a little bit fun and just have a little bit of positivity with this retrograde because just like Marin said, it can cause a lot of disruptions. So this is a really good time to kind of find clarity, find insight, and kind of regain control because Mercury retrograde can kind of throw us in a loop, as Marin said. So we really want to thank you for everybody for attending today's Tarot Thursday lesson. We are still resuming our Tarot Thursday live stream, and we are going to be opening up for some general questions to be able to answer through Tarot. Now, we may not be able to go for the full hour today, but we will try and answer as many possible questions as we can during our Tarot Thursday live stream. But in the meantime, while we wait for these questions to come in and kind of get a little bit of sample of Psychic Marin's abilities today through her Tarot answers, Marin, I do want to give you a quick shout out because you've been doing these Tarot Thursday live streams for so long, and I'm sure either our new or returning viewers can already see how well you know this knowledge and how just helpful you are whenever you're giving insight to just anybody who is reaching out to you. So I do want to ask you, when is the very next time that you'll be online and available on CaliforniaPsychics.com for those who are seeking that one-on-one psychic reading experience with you, not also just limited to Tarot, because we know you are talented in so many different ways beyond Tarot, but you are an amazing Tarot teacher, so that's why we like to feature you here. But for those who are interested in getting timeline questions about their career, love, or just their life path for 2026, can you let everybody know when the next time you'll be online and available for those psychic readings on CaliforniaPsychics.com?
I will be on right after this live, so in about a half an hour, and I'll be on a couple hours this afternoon, again this evening, and then later on Friday, I've got some hours. It is my birthday weekend. I am a Scorpio baby, so I've got a couple days off, and then next week, sorry guys, but it's going to be a very sparse week since I'm doing some fun projects with California Psychics. Stay tuned. But I will be back with my normal 30 hours a week the following week, and I am open to appointments. So if you are somebody that gets into my queue and there's 5, 6, 7 callers, just call customer service and you can schedule an appointment. And that way you make sure you get your reading at the top of the hour.
Wonderful explanation, Marin. And you can also click the link in the description of the live stream you're watching right now to pull up Psychic Marin's profile on California Psychics. And this will be a perfect showcase for everybody watching to see the type of reading experience that you'll get whenever you read with Psychic Marin, and just kind of the reading style that she has and why she's one of our most popular psychics here with California Psychics as well. Now, again, she is not limited to just Tarot on the line, but we do like to keep this a little bit of a themed live stream because Tarot Thursday sounds nice. So we are going to be answering questions through card pulls. And Marin, as we get into these card pulls today and kind of give a free showcase of your abilities, your very talented abilities, we have one here from Holly Light to kick us off, and just kind of wanting to request a career card from you in terms of finding a new job.
Really? Okay. Finding a new job. Give me just one second because I'm the card that was drawn for you is the Temperance card, and I am the reason why I paused for just a second is because I don't get this desperate energy. I'm not getting this like I need a job now. I'm getting more of the, well, what is the current circumstance with where I'm at and how do I fine tune this, or I'm not really happy with my situation, but I'm not getting this like run or jump quick or go or real un like a problem that you can't work with. The Temperance card is about creating that balance. This is a healing card. This is a health card. I'm curious if there is an association. Usually, this little doctor symbol, this light, that little light above that third eye that sometimes we associate with that old doctor's flashlight. This is a healing archangel energy. So I'm just curious if this does resonate, if there is a connection with medical, since this card does have an underlying medical. I got it more in terms of like mental health though, or more of spiritual. I'm just curious the industry that you're in. But this card is saying like more of a find the balance or work with what you've got rather than this being like the tower card that we saw earlier where it's just get out of here, run for cover. This is more of a, can you work with this? Is it something that you don't let it go? I would say that this is the opposite of something that I would detach from, that it's actually more of your calling and something that is very healing or cathartic to you. So your guides were giving me a little bit of a like a freeze when I was surprised by your question about career. So everything's looking like it's something that you can stay and work with, or not go into an entirely different direction.
Right. Holly Light, we want to thank you for submitting your question during today's Tarot Thursday lesson, and we hope that that card pull and that message from Psychic Marin resonated with you too. Definitely let us know if it did in the chat, and we'll make sure to put it up on the screen for Marin too. And if you are wanting to connect with Marin, you can always connect with her on CaliforniaPsychics.com as well for more information. Next question for you, Marin, comes from Mary Ann. She is talking about her and Ken. Ken and her are chatting at the moment, and I'm assuming kind of a reconciliation because she pairs the question, is there a redo for us in the future?
There is a redo. Mary, thank you for chiming in today. And this is a perfect example because you are somebody that is getting this big dose of retrograde energy with Ken coming back. I know you've had a couple rough weeks lately. I don't see Ken consistently being in your life though till after Thanksgiving. So you still got a couple more weeks of hanging in there. I do get those little bits of communication. I get this immediate feeling in him of, I'm a little scared, or did I offend you, or did I push, or I'm sorry to bother you. But when I start to see his energy right after Thanksgiving, you guys are seeing one another, so that's good. I know you've been waiting to physically reconnect, so you do get together right after Thanksgiving, and then all throughout December I see a lot of communication. So it's looking much better for December, but still another 1, 2. I'm trying to get the timing, but it feels like it's like 2 days right after Thanksgiving. So I'll be in touch. I'll send you a chat message and we'll connect that way in the meantime. But thanks for joining today.
Yes, thank you, Marian, and thank you for submitting your question. We're glad to get you connected with Marin again and just kind of get that quick insight too. So our next question here is from Artibel, or Ariel, excuse me, who is requesting a love card pull and just kind of wanting to know how the next few months will fare for her in terms of love.
Okay. This is not the best card. This give me just one, give me the name again because I was
Ariel.
Ariel. The card that was chosen is the Eight of Swords, and it was in a reverse position. But I feel like this isn't you. That's the hiccup that I'm getting. This is not you. This is a partner. And what you're showing me is this feeling. This is not you again. This is the partnership of I'm trying to break free. I'm gonna leave. I'm done. But yet, no, I can't. I keep coming back. And so what I'm seeing is this confusion in the relationship of I'm done, I'm breaking up, I can't do this anymore, but something is just preventing them from really leaving. Because of this reverse position, what's a little concerning is that this isn't just a I'm frozen, I'm stuck, I can't break free. This is I'm actually really breaking up. Are you in the midst of a breakup? Have you been in a yo-yo cycle of on, off, on, off, on, off? Or is it feeling like you guys just can't get this on track? You're showing me early February. You've got months ahead of you where this energy is going to be very difficult. So, the love or the relationship feels like there's some problems in the like, do I stay, do I go, how do I create this distance? I want the relationship, but I want to be free, I want to be alone, I need to process my time, my energy. That's what this card represents. So if you want to get into that a little deeper, I'd be happy to talk by phone so it's not so tarot based. For the purpose of this lesson, this really is tarot based. My readings, I may highlight or talk about tarot cards, especially if you are a tarot enthusiast and you want a tarot reading, then I'm happy to give it. But a lot of people don't speak in tarot language, so I don't talk to you in tarot language. I talk to you more as a human. So I'm happy to elaborate more if you wanted a deeper reading. But what you're showing me are some real problematic emotional issues in the next couple months because they want to break free, but they're not, and they don't understand why we can't get this on track.
All right. Thank you, Ariel, for submitting your question today. And we really hope that that card pull from Psychic Marin resonated with you too. And again, you can always click the link in the description of the live stream that you're watching right now. And this is for everybody watching to pull up Psychic Marin's profile on CaliforniaPsychics.com. Now, moving on to our next question, we have one here from Margaret, who is requesting a career card, wanting to know, during this retrograde, do you see Margaret conducting a career change, or do you think that she should stick to what she's currently doing?
All right, we had this card earlier in the lesson. This is a timing card. This is a perfect answer to your question. This would indicate, hurry, get out of there, go, 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 go. You can't go fast enough. This is the exact opposite message. This is slow down, don't act in haste, really try to understand or learn from this. I feel like even if you wanted to leave, that you're not allowed to, or that you're being like forced to stay. And so it makes me feel like there's been opportunities for like promoting that are overlooked. And you're showing me March, you've got a longer road ahead. So the timing with this that you need to know is that you're not really satisfied if you are there over the next several months. March is when I see that emotional satisfaction. I know that that's not what you want to hear. That doesn't make this situation any better. So I want you to know that the slow down, wait, stick it out, that's going to require you being patient up until March. So hopefully you've got that in you, because there is, I'm seeing it in terms of kind of getting out from under this lower level of stress and chaos, and you being a little bit more independent. So I am assuming that's more of a leadership promotion or more in a supervisory higher level. But they're just showing me that you're in a different level, kind of detached from a lot of the chaos. So I see independence. I think that you're going to end up staying and that you're going to be successful and happy with this position in March.
Thank you, Margaret, for submitting that question today. And yes, we are rooting for you. So definitely let us know where things are at least come March for sure. And you can also tune into our other live streams like our Monday ones. And we are also going to be hosting another Tarot Thursday in December as well. So feel free to attend that one as well too. Now, our next question for you, Psychic Marin, is from Paula, wanting to know if she should move from her current location or stay where she's currently at. Thank you.
Thank you, Paula. Give me 1 second. Ooh, this is a doozy. This is a Two of Swords. So this is actually really, really guarding you and rooting you. That you ask such a simple question, yet the emotion, these are like little windows. So how tarot feels, or how I work with the tarot, is when I see the card, and I understand the feeling, the emotion associated with this card, and I look at that as it pertains to you. It's like a little window, and now I start to get images of you and how it relates to the card. So in the first moment when Carson asked the question, I'm connecting to you. I draw the card. I see you as the card pertains to the energy of the card as it pertains to you, and I immediately went, oh, this is a lot harder than how you this was phrased. There's a lot more emotional depth with this decision. You you are so unaware of what else is going on, what else is available to you, what else is out there, how afraid that you are to leave. And this is a card of rip that blindfold off, take these swords away, start to allow yourself to really see opportunity and what else is out there, and have that sense of courage. And I'm just going to go for it. I am just going to leave. Complete opposite message of the reader, excuse me, the querent, the client that asked the question right before you, where I was saying, slow it down, think about it, don't act too soon. Yours is go for it, take off the blindfold, drop the swords, get out of here, go, 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 because you're not faring well. Like, this is more of holding you in, I don't want to say trauma, but it's holding you in a place of inability to succeed, grow, excel. This just isn't you. So now's the time. Use this Mercury retrograde energy to repair, rewind, redo, new career, because I just want to give you this huge dose of love and courage and support to say, this would be an excellent screensaver for you to look at, not to like guilt trip you, but just to be a reminder of like, this isn't you, yet this is the energy and how you feel. So let's take off that blindfold and let's just make those little baby steps in starting to see what else is out there, because it's just going to unfold and be a lot easier and a whole lot less fearful once you can start to take those little steps.
That was a great answer for Paula, Marin. So we really want to thank you, especially on behalf of Paula. But thank you, Paula, for attending today's live stream as well, and for submitting that card pull question. Now, before we get into just a few more card pull questions and wrap up today's Tarot Thursday live stream, and we can only answer just so many questions during these live streams especially. Marin, I'm sure people are dying to know, just because you've been providing some absolutely wonderful readings so far, when is the very next time that you'll be online and available for one-on-one readings on CaliforniaPsychics.com for those who are seeking a reading through either phone call, chat, or online or offline message?
Right after this live, about 20 minutes. I will be live for a few hours this afternoon, again this evening, and Friday night. Sunday we'll work some hours, but I mentioned it's a celebration weekend for me, so I'm going to take a little bit of time off. So hopefully you can find me today or Friday.
All right. Now, our next card pull that I saw one here for Yvonne. Yvonne is wanting to know if there will be a potential reunion with her and her children. It looks like there needs a reconciliation.
Wow, union, that is what this card is. This is a union. And I wish you could see, like, when I draw the cards, they are face down, spread out. So this is the card of union, often seen as a marriage type of union or a coming together. That is exactly what this is. And because of the goblets, this is a Two of Cups. If you didn't figure that out just by the imagery, Two of Cups, you can Google it. But everything that you are going to learn about this card is union, coming together in a celebratory way, very positive. So it's the timing wise of this looks like it's right before the end of the year, though. I feel like it's right in that window of holiday time before New Year's. That's when I'm shown this. So I do get this, not just a, hey, like maybe we'll give a hug. I get actually like a, wow, we have healed this. So this is a very positive. I think you'll have a very happy holiday and new year experiencing this energy.
Awesome. Thank you, Yvonne, for submitting that
Yeah, that
card
was
pull
easy.
question today. And really hope that you resonate with that answer as well. Next card pull that I have for you, Marin, is here from Donna requesting a love card. Just also wanting to thank you for the retrograde information that you provided, but wanting to know or receive a love card for her and Scott for a potential reconciliation. Scott has recently unblocked her on Messenger after about 2 years of no contact. Does this possibly mean a reconciliation is in the future?
Mhm. So I just a FYI, even though there's an unblocking that's like a baby step in the right direction, I'm still getting an image of another female that I'm shown in the background. So I'm still getting that there's like this lingering. He is in the stage right now of, well, what am I feeling? It's kind of run its course, and I'm reflecting classic Mercury retrograde. Here we are. There's a perfect example of an energy where somebody's going, gosh, I wonder if I should go back. I wonder if I should reach out. Should I use this time period? So let me get a card for you with this is his energy, not yours. So when I was looking at the obstacles or what's preventing him, this card was drawn. This is the Five of Pentacles. This is a dark night of the soul card, abandoned, kicked out, no sense of belonging, out on the streets, poverty, homelessness, despair. This is all of that feeling in him of lack of self-worth or lack of feeling like I should show back up. I think what's happened in this situation, based on the images that they're showing me, the feeling that I'm getting in this image of this other woman, I think that he's had a little bit of some downtime, some kind of out of sight, out of mind. I'm just going to go have some fun. That fun has run its course. And now what I'm getting is the deeper feeling of, do I go back and fix this? And it's going to take work and it's not easy. And I don't feel like I'm worthy or ready or capable. And so it's a delay right now. I do see this slowly starting at the very end of November. I think this out of coincidence we're getting a lot of these reconciliations that are happening right at the end of November, which is right at the end of the retrograde, the 29th. But yours is right in alignment with that same time frame that I'm shown. I just want to see you. I just want to, can we just agree to meet up? Can we just talk? And that's how this starts. And then it goes fast. And I think your job is to try to keep it slow so it doesn't overwhelm him, because this is the energy that he's still showing up with or bringing. And this energy is not a very strong, confident energy. It's a timid energy. And I just think that a slow or steady approach is going to be much more successful for your reconciliation. But I am getting that there is another revisit of this. It's going to be bumpy though. So reach out to one of these advisors if you need some help, because you're going to experience some hiccups in this, but you are going to get it at the very end of November.
Right. All right. Thank you, Donna, for submitting that card pull question for today's live stream. And we really want to thank you for just attending today's live stream as well. We really would hope that that card pull just resonates with you too. Now, next card pull that I saw is here for Stephanie. Stephanie is requesting a general card pull. And we will only have time for just a couple more card pulls today. But yes, Stephanie requesting a general card from you.
Okay. Um, I I hope that this makes sense to you, because I have to talk kind of cryptically. This is a relationship, partnership, very, very strong presence, male, and I'm getting like family, and they keep wanting to say May. And so I'm being given like this date, except I feel like I'm spoiling a surprise, or am I not, like, do your guides not want you to know? But you've got this question. You will have this sense of family, and what's standing in the way of this, or what is still yet to insert in your life and make all of this possible, this very strong, confident, masculine energy. You will be very happy come May in terms of a family and relationship, if that helps answer your question. So I've kind of got to keep it a little cryptic. You're welcome to give me a phone call, but I can see the picture and what it is that you are after, and you will have that in the month of May.
Yeah, she does say that this is making sense, especially with the active retrograde going on too. So thank you, Stephanie,
I
for
feel like I've got to be discreet. That's what I'm protecting your confidentiality with other people seeing or information. So if you want more, shoot me a quick chat hub question or give me a call and I can explain it in privacy. Every once in a while I get these situations. I kind of blush because I'm trying to protect your privacy, but it's all good.
all good. Thank you, yes, Stephanie, for submitting your question. And we really hope that that card pull does resonate with you too. Next card pull is here for Lori. And I did see your other or kind of combination for this question, Lori. She's requesting a love card for her and Mike, but I believe Mike is in a relationship with a Vivian and is wanting to know. So she's wanting to know, is Mike eventually going to go into a relationship with herself, Lori?
Okay, so Mike is currently in a relationship with Vivian. Wants to. This is Mike, and Mike is a lover. He is the King of Cups, and that King of Cups is emotion, and not just lover as we would expect to get like in the King of Wands, which is fire and passion and sexual. This is he's emotionally giving something. He's emotionally really supporting both of these relationships. And the problem that I'm seeing is he keeps going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. You've got a problem. He's a good guy. He means well, but it's more of a matter of he's not really wired to make up his mind or a choice or a decision. He's just sharing the love right now. So the danger that I see is that there's going to be two of you continually months, January, February, April. So I finally see a breakup when I'm occurring in April. Very, very messy. So my advice to you would be, how do you want to identify this relationship? Is it more of just a friendship? Do you really want this to be romantic? Because both of you are going to be in his life until about April.
All right. Now I'm looking at this and I want to know if I potentially have two people in here in our chat who are Lori's requesting cards about Mike, because we have two people who are sending messages and I thought it was possibly just the same person. But Honeybee, do you happen to be Lori C, who is also in our chat? And also, Honeybee so Lori is trying to clarify, who is in the breakup, her or Vivian?
Are you asking me the question, Carson,
Yeah.
that
Yes,
somebody's...
for clarification.
Okay, so repeat the question so I can hear it clearly.
Who's the person, I guess, getting broken up with, her or Vivian? Lori or Vivian?
Oh, I see Vivian. So when I was giving you the time frame of April and how long there are these back and forth situations, April is when I'm seeing Vivian exiting the situation. So you have until April that you are trying to stay the course, waiting for this other person to be out of the picture. But in that meantime, it is going to be back and forth, and that you're still being treated as if this is a potential relationship. It's like you're kind of on the back burner is how I would describe it, while he's having fun. So you're not in the best position right now. So that's why I think maybe removing yourself, being more of a friend rather than trying to compete, is a better solution.
That's what she's saying. She's kind of backing off at the moment. And yes, I am confirming this. We do have two Loris in the chat spelled the same way who are both asking about Mike, spelled the same way. And these are two different people. So Lori C, this was not your question. This was Honey B. That's who Lori's kind of put her name as on Facebook. So Honey B, talking about her, Mike, and Vivian. We've just answered that card. But Lori C, if you are listening, we are going to get to yours now.
Yes.
So she is now requesting a love card for her and Mike. There is no other information provided.
Okay. Let me wipe her, and skin tones very different in the images and how they appear to me. So I'm able to flip flop between the two based on physical appearance being very different. So if you guys are sitting there at home and you're wondering, like, is there a cross connection with the energy? One of the ways that I can validate or try to get that precision or accuracy is I get names. If you've seen some of our lives in the past, that's why I asked for the name and then being able to see that image. Because usually when Carson gives me a name, this was a wild case because we had the same name, but the image is what it was what was important for me. So the new Lori that we are looking at, she doesn't have as much information. So she just wants to know about Mike. Give me just 1 second to get her. Okay. Yeah, totally different energy. This is Six of Pentacles, and this individual is giving to those less fortunate. He's a giver, but the imbalance that you're feeling in this relationship is like, I'm there and I'm giving and giving and giving, and then I completely disappear. And so this very on off hot cold is not months and months and months and months, like every 6 months I come and go. This is within a week. I talk to you on Monday and I disappear for 3 days. And then I talk to you again on a Friday. And so what I'm shown is this very inconsistent pattern, very inconsistent ways that he shows up in the relationship. And that's not going to change. That is him. Like that is, I should take that back. It will change, but not within the next 6 months, not in this immediate time period. It's you're investing in this long-term relationship that's going to take months and months and months and months to break this pattern. This is how he's getting comfortable. So he kind of does this acclamation of, I give you my undivided attention and then I disappear. And then I come back and all sorts of attention and then I'm withdrawn again. So it's how he is getting closer. I know it might not feel like that to you. I know it feels kind of disrespectful, but what I see and feel when I'm in his head is, I'm giving you that undivided attention. You should be grateful or happy. It feels good. And now I'm going to go tend to business. And then I'm going to come back and give you that undivided attention. So I wouldn't say that it's wrong. It's just not really what makes you feel appreciated or seen or valued on a consistent basis. And this on off is actually allowing him to take 1 step closer, 2 steps back. That I see that energy a lot in relationships. So if you can stick this out, it's growing and growing. I think it's just a matter of understanding why and why he's doing that. But this is the Six of Pentacles. He's a giver.
All right. Thank you, Lori. Number 2, Lori C, for submitting your question. And we really hope that that answer does resonate with you, that card pull that you had with you and Mike, your Mike. So we really want to thank you for attending today's Tarot Thursday live stream as well. Now, we are going to be ending today's Tarot Thursday lesson just a tiny bit early, but I do want to shout out again, we have our current open Mercury retrograde quiz at the moment, and there is a free gift that you get whenever you do complete this Mercury retrograde quiz. It's very short, and again, it is a free gift that you get to use towards your next California Psychics reading. So definitely do it so that way you can benefit and get a free gift on us. But this will be concluding today's Tarot Thursday lesson. Marin, can you please shout out the very next time that you'll be online and available for those who are seeking a one-on-one reading with you, not limited to just Tarot, because again, it's just for this live stream, but Marin has so many other abilities and just gifts that she could share. So Marin, when is the next time you'll be online?
In 5 minutes. I'm just going to go refresh my water, grab a quick bite to eat, and you can hop in my queue if you'd like a reading. I'll be on for a couple hours this afternoon and again this evening.
Yes, so you can click the link in the description or just reach her on californiapsychics.com or the California Psychics app, where you can reach her through their phone call, online chat, or offline message. We really want to thank you, everybody, for attending today's Tarot Thursday lesson, and we will be back next month with another one, and as always, another Monday live stream next Monday. So thank you, everybody, and until next time, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.